Hello, how's it going? Hope you are well. Just setting up my, all right, setting up my question here. How's it going? Hope you are well. So here to talk everything AI in healthcare. I got 2 books of AI in healthcare behind me. Machine learning and classification and regression trees. So let me know if you have any questions. Here to provide the latest news on AI in healthcare. There's been a new LLM that seems to be on the scene called Kimi K2. Welcome, hey Dustin, welcome back, boss. Good to see you. Dustin's wife. Okay, Dustin's wife. Hopefully Dustin does not get jealous. Glad to have you guys on board here for my morning live stream. I do this every morning, weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be leaving early today because I have a board meeting, which I am chairing. So, hello, am I a lawyer? I am an AI and healthcare consultant, Jace. AI and healthcare, trained at Harvard, board certified. Okay. Hold up. Grasshopper, it's okay, bot. I think they were well-meaning, but there are a lot of trolls that do ask if I'm a lawyer. You know, it's only if they persist that we can do them. But I think that one was well-meaning. But most of the time, there are a lot of trolls that do ask if I'm a lawyer or not. So thank you for being vigilant. But you're welcome back, Chase Winfrey. You know, I think you were well-meaning. So the one rare question that asks if I'm a lawyer for well-meaning. But good to have you back, Grasshopper. Grasshopper, what's going on here? How do I unban people? Grasshopper, we need users. Let's see here. Grasshopper, have you been hacked? You're just kind of timing out people willy-nilly. Yeah, I think one more ban and we might have to demod you, Grasshopper. So yeah, I don't know what that was about. But I think Grasshopper has been hacked, so we'll see what's going on here. Anyway, yeah, hi Armand, please speak in English. It's fine, but do not ban her. Do not ban them. But let me know. This is an English chat, so let me know if you want to speak in English. Persian Gulf, oh, very good. Cool. Well, you know, there's a lot of, I have some colleagues out there. I have a friend from a course that I took. Yes, of course, thank you. That I took out there. So thank you for the likes, guys. Appreciate the likes. Yeah, good times. Good times. Okay. Yeah. Aha. Thank you, Justin. They love the support, Justin. Okay. Is that, I don't know what, is that the Iraqi flag? I don't know the Arab flags out there. Thank you, Justin. Justin's got the right attitude. Justin is, you know, doing well. So if Grasshopper bans another person willy-nilly, you can get Grasshopper's moderator status. Anyway, good times. But, you know, Grasshopper, I think you've just been hacked. I think you've been hacked. I don't know what happened here, but it is what it is. But good times, guys. So hope we're all well. It is 8 a.m. in the morning. Hope we're doing well. You know, Kimi K2 is a new LLM that's out right now. It seems to be rivaling. Okay. Yeah, Armand, I don't know what that means, but sounds cool. I can look up Mohammed Reza Or. I can look that up. You know, Mohammed Reza. Also, guys, just as a precaution for any mods that are listening, I mean, feel free to only ban if it's like, spamming or like really toxic or like, or excuse me, timeout only if it's like, really toxic or I err on the side of not timing out, but if need be, if they're really toxic, then by all means, okay, cool, Armand, good stuff. I'll look at Muhammad. So, Iran, Muhammad Reza King, or Kamani. That's cool. I'm guessing your English is not your first language. But hey, Armand, here's an idea. Hey, welcome me here. So if you're from Iran, I do AI in healthcare implementation. So maybe we can get AI in healthcare in your country. AI in healthcare in your country. We could get that in there. I already have a friend in Afghanistan. We're getting AI in healthcare out there. So we could get it in Iran. That's thought. Let me know if you want AI doctors in your home country. Hello, Jesse. What's the future? Driverless cars or robots driving cars? I mean, driverless cars, I think technically. Waymo is out in California. Thank you for the relevant question. Love that. Waymo is out in California, and it is driverless cars. So it's not like in that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from the 80s, but rather it's more driverless cars. So letting the car drive itself out in California. And they're quite popular. They're going to replace Uber. It is what it is, and progress is progress. I love Uber drivers and I like talking to Uber drivers. I think the only downside is who are you going to talk to? Robots aren't very talkative. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. The future is upon us right now. We, a lot of estimates of the future were accurate. Minority Report was an interesting, portentous description of the future. Yeah, maybe I should have brought a tie. Maybe I should have brought a tie today. But anyway, good times. But yeah, I mean, Minority Report was one of the classic portrayals of the future. There was an Arnold Schwarzenegger from the 80s that had robots driving cars. I think it's an extra step, right? You kind of want to cut out the middleman. So why not just have the car drive itself, and the technology is already there. I hope not. I think we got to focus on planet Earth more. So I think planet Earth needs to be focused on to the best of our abilities. I think why focus on another planet when Earth needs to be, why not Antarctica? Hey, Antarctica is a little bit more hospitable than Mars. It's just ice out there. And plenty of supply of water, that's always important. So why not colonize Antarctica? How about that? Think about it, guys. Think about that indeed. You still with us, Grasshopper? You still hanging in there? Anyway, good times. And for those of you that got timed out due to one of my moderators' heavy hand, you're welcome back. I think there was just a misunderstanding there. But if people do ask me if I'm a lawyer, that usually, like, if they ask it, let's say if they ask twice, then I will. That's a timeout. But anyway, because it says in the description of the chat is AI in healthcare. So AI, Harvard trained, MIT trained, and board certified in AI healthcare. So good times. Good times. Normally I wear a tie, but I have a board meeting in 45 minutes. So this is where I wear the board meeting. I co-chair it, and it is remote, so I will have to sign off in 30 minutes. But good times. Thank you for the likes, guys. Hanging in there. Yeah, that's for the Health and Human Services for the state of Rhode Island. So anyway, good times indeed. Country-wise, viewers for your channel. Well, you know, it's a good question. Yeah, I mean, you usually get a lot of U.S. guys. I occasionally have a couple Korean viewers. It's kind of a mix. We have a little bit fewer today. I think because I didn't wear a tie for the board meeting. Usually we average somewhere between 5 and 10. But, you know, we're growing. Cirque, I think, is that, you know, I think you said Iran was Middle East, right? Right, Armand? Yeah, I mean, you know, data centers, you know, if you look at the details, you know, Meta says they're you know, increasing jobs, but somebody lit their faucet on fire from the toxic chemicals that are being released. So that's what the government regulation should address. Hello, Carnatic Clinging. Hope you are well. Right. Samdu is Sue. So I'm an AI and healthcare consultant. I do everything AI and healthcare implementation. And I help healthcare systems transform them into up-to-date AI in healthcare. So AI healthcare transformation. Data centers hold data, so we don't have to, though. They are vulnerable to cyber attacks. That's why we focus on defense and offense and cyber connects and military. Also, Merry Christmas. You know what? S3, VR3, congratulations, you're a mod. You know what? You're good response. I feel like we have more than 2 people. We got more. We have like 3 people in chat that just posted yet. It says we only have 2 people. I'm doing well, Me3. Hope you are well too. Yeah, Armand, I don't know what Krosh Kabir is, so please clarify or, you know, clarify in English. You know, Google Translate works well. You can always use that. Can't wait until AI is perfected. That's all. That is the goal, Indiana Yonez. That is the goal one day that will be on our doorstep. Radiology-wise, it's there. We just got to address data silos is a big issue, so connecting all the healthcare data in one place. Well, Carnatic, you know, I was in medical school and then I caught the AI bug. So now I'm all AI and healthcare consulting. That's what I do. You know, I have Brand University, UMass as clients, and I do AI and healthcare implementation in developing nations as well. Thank you, Me3. Good to have you on board. You are always welcome here as well. But I did go to medical school at the #1 medical school. Sam Do, I think data centers will not create much jobs given their environmental concerns. We can pick any poor vessel. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they want to, you know, they want to keep it stateside because they don't require much labor, right? So it's not a human component, but they do require specialists to kind of maintain them. So that's just the logistics. But I mean, you know, it's more kind of like the NVIDIA, like AMD side of things. Thank you, Chronatic. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, I found my path. I don't know why it says I only have 1 person. We clearly have more than one person posting. You know, we have 3 likes. You know, we have like 3 people posting, and yet it says we have 1 person. I don't know what the deal is with that. But you know what? In due time, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, good times. So yeah, I mean, when you see so many stories where doctors miss or ignore something. Yeah, that's a good point. So, you know, I posted a short on my channel about my headache testimony, which, you know, I did. Thank you. There now it's finally updating to the number of people that we have. But, you know, I did have I can speak from personal experience where I had these headaches, and they're like, every doctor I saw was like, it's just a migraine. You know, once I had Meniere's disease, and I'm like, I don't have ear issues. You know, I learned this in medical school, and it's like, it doesn't make sense. Until finally, I went to my primary care 3 times, urgent care 3 times, finally got a referral to a neurologist, or headache, you know, and he referred to me to a headache specialist. And then it wasn't until finally got the headache specialist that either he just used AI or just knew it. And it was what AI assessed from the beginning all along, which was a certain condition. So, had they listened to AI, we would have saved a lot of trips. And it was like almost a year later. It was over a year later for my first appointment that it became a moot point. What was the point of the medication if, the damage already been done? You're more, yeah, I mean, I'm more a consultant, but I have developed, I have a couple books here, let's brush up on all machine learning. We got machine learning here. These are more just eye catchers. They're kind of very impractical because you can just, use ChatGPT to get all the information. But these are the gold standard books, at least for old school machine learning. But I have developed an AI model. I use it for at research at Brown. And thank you, Indiana. So I did develop an AI model to predict walking status 6 months after spinal cord injury. And it was a competition. It wasn't just a model. It was a competition. And I got 4th place. I was originally in first, but then they released the 83% of the other data. And mine generalized just a little bit worse. There was a 1% difference between me and second place. So it's pretty darn close. There were about 53 entries. So I used no-code tools. I did already with JavaScript. I did use no-code tools. I do know I got a 99% in Java, Computer Science 1. 97% in Java, 97.6. 99% in Python. Yeah, it was Kaggle. Feel free to look it up. It's that's exactly what it was, Kaggle. It's the ASIA data competition. And I was 4th place. You see my little smiling face on there. I posted the name of the group I was working with. But I use no-code tools. That's what I'm more comfortable with. That's what I learned. And it was not an obstacle. I think it's more intuitive. It lets me adjust the parameters a lot more easily as opposed to retyping the data. I could have vibe coded it, but the no-code tools are so interactive and so easy to use. Just the hardest part is getting the proper parameters. There's really no good AI model to generate parameters for an algorithm. As the American Board of AI in Medicine once said, it's more of a art rather than a science. So it went well. It was a good competition. I got 4th place, so it was pretty good. 53 entries. Any money price? Yeah. Well, it was invite only, so usually the ones that have a prize pool have it's open and they just want the best. And so they have a prize pool for first, second, third. And I did think about trying one of those, but my consultant kind of took over, and I think I needed the ones that I found were more convoluted neural networks, which were kind of require a powerful computer. So image analysis. So thank you, Indiana. I appreciate it. Thank you, Grasshopper. Well, what is happening? Stream elements. What is happening here? 50. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I don't even. I don't know why AI is stepping in here. The AI chatbot. I don't even have it set to mute people. I just have it in the default parameters. So, I think you're good natured, Ron. But yeah, good to see you, Grasshopper. Yeah, hopefully the people come back tomorrow. But yeah, normally if someone's asking me if I'm a lawyer, 75% of the time they're just getting in my grill. But let's just say if they ask it twice, then we can ban them or time them out. Because it's the books, and sometimes people like to get my goat, but just read the description. Yeah, Grasshopper. Grasshopper. All All right, Grasshopper. We'll leave you moderator status. You just stop banning people. Stop banning people. Stop banning people. But, you know, it's yeah. I think they were fine. Armand is fine. You know, their posting helps the algorithm, and it wasn't too annoying. So I think they're good natured. English is not their first language, so yeah. Well, Grasshopper. You know. We only to ban offensive things, you know, offensive things. So, you know, yeah, it's well, we'll just, you know, I don't know how to unban people from my, you know what, let's see, I don't know how to unban people from my phone. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, at least, you know, worst case scenario, I'll just be back tomorrow. You know, now they might not even come back. You know, they were a friendly person, and they might not even come back. So that's the danger that we have. Grasshopper's gone mad with power. Yeah, well, I mean, Grasshopper posted. I think he's a good guy. I think he just doesn't know who to ban. You know, I think he's just a little too eager. A little too eager there. Yeah, just a little too jumping the gun. So let's remember you know, it's only really if they're like really offensive that I, you know, or like, you know, just really get my goat that that'll do it. But you know, at least it's only for 24 hours, so they can always be back tomorrow. So yeah, Grasshopper's gone mad with the power. Gone mad with power. Hey, yeah, well, we will talk about that. Good times. Well, anyway, so we got 5 likes. Feel free to drop a like, guys. Thank you for the likes. They do help the algorithm and spreading the good word on AI in healthcare. Good times. So, on that note, yeah, I was trying to collaborate with Armand about getting AI in their home country. So, you know, you're doing AI AI doctors in their home country. So, hopefully Armand comes back. You know, feel free to reach out to my socials. You can find me on Instagram. We can connect on that. Or, you know, I can always follow you back. It's always good. How cold is it? Well, it was actually pretty warm last week, but otherwise it's like, you know, a little bit below freezing. Do you think these unions spreading fear of AI? Well, yeah, I mean, realistically, you know, I know Uber did unionize that they didn't want to be replaced by AI, but like at the end of the day, progress is progress. And, you know, I like the safety of an AI driver, but I do like talking to somebody. I really enjoy talking to an Uber driver. So, so that's always fun. So maybe they'll just have someone like on the phone that you can just talk to. Someone to just listen and just like, okay, yeah. So that might be a role for someone. Yeah. So okay. So now Grasshopper. Now this would be a good opportunity to ban somebody, to time somebody out. So I'll time out for you. Yeah, we'll time out for you. There we go. Yeah, we'll just time them out. There we go. There we go. Yeah, all right. Gypsum. Anyway. Do I mean and I do mean in a Terminator sense. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the fear. We did have a conversation, Dopper Dan. I'm not sure if you're still here, Dopper Dan, because you did say bye, but real talk, yeah, I mean, P Doom is what yeah, Grasshopper was probably taking a nap. You know, I think he is also. I did also say, you know, I'd probably take a nap or something like that. Grasshopper's a good guy. He's just, you know, I think he's probably best left for the for chat status. Contribute as a chatter. His strengths are in chatting. You know, moderating is a with great power comes great. You know, it's a great power and a great responsibility too. So that's fine. But thank you for the likes, guys. We're at 7 likes, crushing it. We'll go another 15 minutes before I have to go to my board meeting. So I'll be doing my board meeting for Health and Human Services. I am chairing it. So this is how we dress. How we dress. You know, it's for a landmark civil rights decision. What is the latest going on in AI in healthcare? So Kimi K2 is something that's all the rage. It's a new LLM that is, well, it's relatively new, relatively unheard of. I don't hear it too much in my news sources, but that seems to be a hot topic and is performing exceptionally well, and I think it's one of the top performing open source models. Yeah. Yeah, open source, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, OG, not quite sure what you're talking about. Feel free to clarify. Have you heard of 72 for our? Yeah, I have heard of that faintly. You know, we did not cover that in medical school, but I have heard about it in passing. You know, there's the Warburg effect, which cancer kind of it constantly feeds off of. It's like the glycolysis, pension, and then the Warburg effect. Because for all the amino acids, so you cut off its supply. So, I think that's in concept what it's for, but I didn't really learn the mechanism for it, and we didn't really cover that in medical school. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're lagging in open source or are they just pioneering in closed source. Because pretty much every open source company would be closed source if they were successful enough. Open source gives them the acceleration to get ahead because, you can have programmers trying to get a leg up in the world. And so that's the advantage that they have. So, they're pretty much open source, OpenAI. Hello. That's their name. And now they may as well be closed source AI. That's the reason why Sam Altman got fired when they switched from nonprofit to for profit in 2023, 2024. But according to news sources, there was a cultural an employee revolution to get him back, which strikes me as a little wishful thinking. But he is the CEO of OpenAI, so he is what he is, right? Good times, guys. We got 7 people, and 7 likes. Crushing it overall. Happy Monday morning. Or many of you are on vacation because it is Christmas. So, good times. So I hope you are well. Yeah, I'm just going to, hope you are doing well. I'm just going to address, I think for safety's sake and for my viewers, Grasshopper. I think you're a trusted chatter. You're one of my top chatters, but we'll just, I think we gotta be. We only really ban the offensive stuff, so, that's what we gotta do. AI defeats our own personal bias in our capability to manipulate those diagnosing us. Yeah, go AI. So yes, we will all become well, and we will just have to sit there and get mad. That we might suck and be stupid. Right. That's funny, Brian. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So here's an opportunity. We got the trolls. In come the trolls. So you know what? I'll just do this. I'll just handle this. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Anyway, good times. Do I let? Yeah. Well, I will be in DC in March 8th, the weekend of March 8th. I'll be there for a charity tournament. I am on I'm on the board of this tutoring program in Harlem, which made Black History, and so we're gonna have a collaboration. Street Squash is gonna have a collaboration with Street Lacrosse, and so I told it on the live stream for the Premier Lacrosse League, and the founder was very receptive. So I'm just gonna go down to DC, go watch our Women's Lacrosse League tournaments, and go check it out. So it's this charity collaboration. So I'll be down there. It's like my 4th time down there. I love the area. Sorry, Abe. I wasn't gonna receive your message, but I was gonna ask it. How your average day goes, if you can tell. Good. It goes well. happens when you know, surrounded by a bunch of little kids, nephews, nieces from family gatherings. All right. Well, I got 10 more minutes before my board meeting for for Health and Human Services. But yeah, it was my when I was riding with my niece for a wedding. She was just coughing in the back of the car the whole time. So I think I got a little case of the sniffles from that. But I think we got to get a solid stream, guys. You know, this is about the average that I get. You know, between 5 to 10 people, and we're growing. We're growing. So I do stream every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm cutting this 15 minutes short because I have a board meeting at 9 a.m. So I got to make sure my electronics work. But normally I do not have a board meeting. And also, this is with the exception of the last Wednesday of the month. That's when my board normally meets. And I do not stream that morning, but I do stream that evening. And I will also, for those of you, the Warriors on the USA time, I will start live streaming from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting today. So you can see me later today, 12 hours from now, and we can talk and get the latest news from the day and see how your day is going overall. This is my first time doing evening live streams too. I'll see how my voice holds up and if we can maintain that. So good times, morning and evening talk shows, and so good times. We'll be doing that. Also, I'll see how the evening talk shows goes because it tends to keep me very weak, and I have to wake up very early for the board meetings. Every winter I always get sick, but last 2 winters ago I was doing okay. Good to know, Indiana. Yeah, just Indiana, I think you're a good guy. Just you know, there could be kids here. Hopefully, I mean, you learn these things in education for middle school education starting in 6th grade. So I guess it should be fine, but maybe I should have an 18 plus only stream. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, one of my thoughts. It's okay, Indiana. You know what? Yeah, I don't do any research into that. I'm not a urologist. I only scribed for urology, excuse me, before medical school for Scribe America. My brother was a vice president for them, or you know, regional manager. So that's just what it is. But good time. So my U.S. clients are Brown, UMass, and now MGB, number one. So because Indiana, yeah, I'm not a urologist. You know, we didn't really go into that in medical school. But like, you know, there is a urologist that is quite popular on YouTube that does address it. GH, I do have I maybe you paid attention on my prior streams, but I do invest in Fartcoin. I think it's the future of the meme coins. Bitcoin is so saturated that it's not much, but I do invest in Fartcoin. It's much more cyclical, so high risk, high reward. Use Kraken in case you're interested. But you know, it is what it is. High risk, high reward. Good times. So, all right, we got 7 more minutes before I have to go to my board meeting. And then I will be cutting off because I got my board meeting. Got to check. I'm on our way of stablecoin. I don't really know that much about crypto. I'll be dead honest. I just kind of caught it from my buddy's live stream, Michael Whitman. He goes live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I believe, in the evenings. He's on Seattle time, and he's just a good dude. I feel like I'm hanging out with a good guy, enjoying the finer things. He loves smoking cigars, and talks a lot about crypto and investments. But to me, investing in crypto does make sense because universal currency is like, you know, on a doorstep. So it does make sense. It is something that can benefit society. And speaking of which, you know, the technology used for universal currencies, blockchain, is now starting to be adopted in AI and healthcare. Hello, Jocelyn. Hope you are well. Mr. Riki. I am a AI and healthcare consulting. I have a small consulting firm with U.S. clients at Brown University, UMass, and Mass General Brigham. Fortunately, I had family connections to each of those. Well, Jocelyn, you do look from. I do remember Navarro. I do remember it. Unfortunately, I am terrible at remembering people on this. So, more importantly, I do remember vibes. I remember the vibe, whether or not you're someone I will enjoy talking to, or someone will just be a pain that I have to put up with. But you strike me as a good person, so to me, that's all that matters. If you do show up a lot, then I do start to remember you more often. I think, were you on my early streams? For some reason, I think it sounds familiar there. I don't really keep up too much with politics. I do keep up with Matt Gaetz because he's the man. Oh, 19 people. Maybe I should stay on for an extra 20 minutes. Hello, Max Ashton. Hope you are well. I have a buddy who's a DO in training in New Jersey by Ashton. Yeah. So I don't really keep up with politics. I don't think it's worth my time. What are the books behind me? They are the Harvard Classics. And I do have, speaking of AI and healthcare, we have this wonderful source on machine learning. This is the source. It's very outdated, but you know what? It looks good on the bookshelf. So, you should, as a consultant, at least, yeah, that's, what was the question? What was the question, Ricky? To answer you, yes, AI in healthcare is important because it can save operation ideas and people. Andres, congratulations. You've just been promoted to moderator status. Congratulations. There we go. Cool beans. Well, Ashton, I'm not sure what part of the world you're from, but I'm very much an American. I have like a little bit of Irish. I'm a little bit of British blood in me, like 1/4. But I'm pretty much born and raised in. Happy birthday, Justin. Happy birthday. Yeah. Andres, I thought I promoted you to. Who did I just promote to? I thought I promoted you to moderator status. Did you decline it? As moderator, thank you. Yeah, good times. Yeah. And then Diva is my my #1 moderator. He's been with me since 2021. He rules, and he can hire and fire my moderators. So, anyway. Yeah, well, it used to be copyrighted, but now I started to hear it sung in restaurants. They started saying happy birthday. They used to go happy birthday to you and all your friends. SI helps with health ideas. Yes, it does. Sports Illustrated. So good times. I'll just, I'm still in my early days, high growth, starting to get the morning rush. Okay, no problem. I don't know how to demote you, Andres. But thank you for the gift. You rule. I can demote you after the stream ends. I can do that. What did I do for Christmas? Well, I'll tell you once Christmas arrives this Wednesday, so I'll let you know. Justin, thank you, Andres. You rule. Appreciate the support as well. We're setting new records here. Usually we average between 5 and 10, and now we're at a little under 20. Just 2 minutes before I have my board meeting for Health and Human Services at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Arbica. Well, there's a lot of AI and healthcare companies. So I kind of more know their databases. It's funny. I might have to redo my, I got a splinter in my thumb. Can't really see it, but now my thumbprint reader doesn't recognize my thumb. It's kind of funny. One little thing just interrupts it. Joel Black. Well, all right. You know what? I could tell if someone's being annoying versus someone's good intentions. So I will handle this. Thank you very much. It's gonna be a little cold, but we'll give you 30 minutes. Yeah, all the moderators, let me handle those comments. Anyone overt, you can get those, or rude or something like that. Anyway, this is a 15-minute mark. So I will call it for today because I have a board meeting that I'm chairing for Health and Human Services in 15 minutes, so I have to go. But I will be back on tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Riki. Thank you, Indiana. You're always welcome here, as always. But I will be back on tomorrow at the same hour, 9 a.m., Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Jocelyn, looking forward to having you again. You're very sweet and kind. Love it. Thank you. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you later. Jocelyn, do you not want me to go? It's okay, Jocelyn. It's okay. So, all right. All right, catch you guys later, and I will see you later. Peace out.